Hello! Welcome to StarFox Zero. Unfortunately, if you watched Alex's announcement video, he said he would be here, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he won't be able to attend. This is going to be a competitive experience between IKG and myself, where we will be going into arcade mode and competing for who gets the highest score.
Oh, yes.
We can do any route we want, but ultimately whoever gets the higher score is the winner. It is not based on time. We should probably set up a donation goal, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes, and also the next event is not GoldenEye 007, not yet.
Why does that say GoldenEye 007? I don't understand. I definitely changed that.
Okay. While Harain is working on that, I do want to mention some of the rules. So again, we just have to make sure we complete the game, but we are going to keep track of points. I guess we're just going to go by the score given at the end of arcade mode, just to keep it objective, right, Harain?
Yeah.
Right. We look at my gyro, my screen. Oh. So with that said, yeah, we can take any route we want, and we are both very much big fans of how StarFox Zero handles its combo system and its scoring system. So I think it's going to be nice to go head-to-head. Unfortunately, we can't have Alec here with us today. Something came up for him, but we'll still have a bit of a competition. So, yeah.
Also, I'm here.
And
Hi,
Friday's
Friday.
here.
Hello.
Friday, can you tell me how the volume is on stream right now?
I will give it a little check.
Okay. I'm going to keep moving my cursor. Or actually, you're only going to hear Harain's audio, right? So.
Yeah. I'm working on setting up the stream. It says Mario Party now. We are going to... Oop, can't do that.
It seems alright to me.
Okay, good. I might ask you again when there's pew pew lasers, of course. All right.
Okay. So, stream goal.
I think we should try 850.
Yeah, I agree with that number.
Let's do 850, and I think the goal will be could do.
So we still have StarFox Improv. I don't know if you want to do that, but it would be thematic.
Yeah, let's do StarFox Improv.
Okay,
That sounds good.
sure. The goal is now $850, guys. And
Wow.
if we reach that before, well, not even before, just if we reach that as long as we're available to do it, we'll do StarFox Improv. Doesn't even have to be during this event, but it'd be really fitting if it was.
You bet it would be.
Let me just change the text that says what our donation goal is, and that should be the last thing we need to do. Besides, of course, Friday, would you like to introduce who we are and what we're doing here?
Alrighty. The stream is called Dawn of a New Day. It's a charity live stream event that we are doing that is going until 1 p.m. on Friday. Not me, that's just my name. And we are raising money for Direct Relief, which is a charity organization that helps people in crises all around the world, all kinds of humanitarian crises and disaster relief. Currently, they're involved in the situation that's ongoing in Ukraine, and they're offering a great amount of assistance there. So yeah, if that cause seems like it's something that you're interested in supporting, all the donations that we get will go to Direct Relief. 100% of all the donations do. And yeah, Harain just mentioned what the current stretch goal is, so that is about it.
Yep, which should be updating soon.
Oh yeah, I need to hit transition, don't I? Whoopsie.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah. I'm ready when you are, IKG.
So our time slot we have until 11. Okay, that might be enough. We might have to push Mario Party back, but
It's
that's all right.
slightly. It takes me a little longer, but again, Mario Party's flexible. So
All right, ready, and
I hit
go.
start from beginning. I'm sorry. It's not about time anyway, but
I assume we're skipping the tutorial.
yeah, we should skip the tutorial.
Okay.
Open the wings.
I guess the most important question is, how well do you know how to play StarFox? If you need to learn the
Very well.
mechanics,
Definitely better
it
than
might be good
Rain,
to play the tutorial.
Ooh, okay.
because I'm gonna win.
Those are fighting words. I like. So, StarFox Zero. Speaking personally, I have the controversial opinion that it is my favorite StarFox game.
And I have the also controversial opinion that is my second favorite StarFox title.
And my favorite StarFox game is Kid Icarus.
You know what? Kid Icarus Uprising is better than both of them, so that's true. But that's neither here nor there. Especially once Uprising eventually gets some console treatment, well, then it's game over for Star Fox, but that's okay. Could you actually check the audio balancing now on Friday?
Oh, you people.
I'm sorry.
Is this all I mean to you? Is this it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I may or may not be peeking at Harane's score tally sometimes, just to see where things
Game
are
is a
going.
little loud. You could probably turn it down.
Okay.
That's
You want me to
me.
pause, Harane? I don't mind.
No, that's me who has to, and it doesn't matter anyway because it's not a race.
True. Okay. If you could lower it then, that'd be good. Just a bit.
Okay.
Alright, done? Great. Yeah, this is fun.
So, StarFox Zero, as you're probably already aware, is, the StarFox game they released on Wii U that uses motion controls for independent aiming while you're flying. But on top of that, StarFox Zero actually has a lot of really cool depth mechanics to it that make it a really interesting game to play for score attack. Things that even other StarFox games don't have. One of my favorite
Right.
additions that, if you're not, familiar with the game, you might not even be aware of. Many people who played the game didn't even know about it. But you can actually kill enemies after they've already been shot down to get bonus
Yes.
points.
That is actually a major game changer for score attack in Star Fox Zero. That's one of the reasons I like score attack in this game so much, actually.
It already takes a lot of reaction time to maximize your score in this game. But if you want to take down the enemies, but if you want to take down the enemies and get the bonus points for shooting them again, then you need to seriously, dedicate yourself to shooting them fast. Because you need to get
To be
the
clear,
shot
while
in.
they are exploding, that is when you can get the second shot in, and you will get a special +1 indicator. So there is hit +1. It's a good visual indicator of what you're getting. How much of the cockpit view do you usually use in this game, Harane? Because infamously, people believe that, you have to play the whole game in cockpit view. I spend probably about 15% of the gameplay in cockpit view only.
That sounds about
How about
fair.
you?
I'm going in.
Yeah, about the same for you?
Yeah, no, that sounds totally fair.
Star Fox Zero is really tragic in general. It's a very, very, very good game. Definitely one of the best Star Fox games out there. It's an excellent remake of 64, better than the, official one in a lot of ways. Also, Harane, nobody can see your gameplay.
I don't know why they wouldn't be able to.
It's been stuck on your pause thing.
Well, yeah, it's
No,
showing
it
up
isn't.
on Streamlabs.
Rob, where am
Yeah, it's
I?
looking good now. It's looking good now.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Oh, so Harane's going for the portal. Interesting. Interesting choice. Interesting.
Hey, we're already
I'm
going a
not
different
sure
route
what you're-
anyway.
I'm not sure what you're thinking.
I'll be
unless you're
honest.
thinking of losing.
I didn't plan this route ahead of time because I had a lot of other things on my mind. But I'm thinking this might be an interesting one.
I think I'm gonna win.
Oh no! Okay.
So, as a remake of 64, how faithful is Zero?
It's
Not very, but
faithful. Remake isn't actually the best term to describe it, simply because it is a completely different game. It only shares the narrative.
That's
Okay.
true. I guess you could call it a reimagining.
That's what I prefer to call it because that gets the idea across. a
Whereas
little
like
better.
64 3D is like an actual remake,
No,
I guess.
that is a remake.
My bad.
No, that's fine. It's just like what the original
I guess you could
Star
say
Fox
that,
was with 64, basically.
I was about to say, I guess you could say this is like the Wii U adaptation of Star Fox 64.
Sure. There are some interesting plot differences as well, but they're relatively minor. It's still the
love
same
one
story.
small change. James McLeod didn't actually get caught tragically in an accident. He sacrificed himself to let Peppy escape.
Yeah, that's a much better, much more interesting idea than what 64 said.
Oh,
honestly.
I messed up. So, something you should be aware of is in arcade mode, you actually don't ever have more than one life in reserve. You can only get lives with 3 gold rings, and when you die, you lose that. So there's no gold rings here. So if I can't afford to die again. We're early enough that I might just try it again, but otherwise I'd honestly just be conceding defeat to IKG if I die and just straight up fail out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I was about to
stuck
say,
on
that's
that thing.
one way of solving the time slot.
Very anticlimactic.
Something else I love about StarFox Zero that I've talked about with IKG especially a lot, I love how you have so much boost meter in this game.
Yes. So much more.
It allows you to experiment with your movement so much in this game. And do some, like, way more interesting bobbing in and out.
And my total number of hits for the first level is 246.
Cool.
29
I've
plus
got
29 bonus hits to get a total of 275.
I got significantly less, of course, because I took the exit, but
I don't know why you did that. Yes, next mission. So I actually got exactly enough of the silver medal, interestingly enough. But it's silver cup. Alright, I'm just gonna... Are we just skipping all dialogue, right? Because we're just gameplay only, right?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Alright, I just wanted to check. Yeah, so something I really like about StarFox Zero is the level of control this gives you. So for some reason, everybody made a big stink about the motion controls in this game because they're babies, but the thing is, games like Splatoon and like bow shooters have shown, and also Sin and Punishment on the Wii, and Skyward Sword, and like most video games motion controls these days, that motion increases your ability to do more.
I just did
Motion-
the thing I shouldn't have gone to
Motion,
Akarosa.
motion increases the skill ceiling, but it also makes it easier for new players and actually raises the skill floor as well. Or I should say it lowers the skill floor. The thing about StarFox Zero's controls is that you're given more freedom to shoot at more things while moving. And that sounds small, but that just means it's easily the best playing entry in the series for that reason alone. I mean, heck, it plays better than Assault, I'll even admit it. It just does. It also helps that the whole game's at 60 FPS, especially on PC, but I digress. I mean, my Wii U, that's what I'm playing right now. So yeah. Sorry, Bill, I'm not interested in saving you today. I need to get points.
So, I just died on Akarosa.
Nice job.
I'm going to have to start over. If we were any later in the run, I wouldn't be, and I would just be conceding.
We're entering Corneria
But
City now.
I think we're early enough that I'm gonna let that one slide. And I don't think IKG disagrees.
No, I don't disagree. But the next time, we're toast.
Yeah,
Either
no,
one of
we
us.
can't keep doing that, so... It's
I
fortunately
keep
not a
missing.
long game.
Fortunately for you, I keep missing laser pickups. Okay, Pigma, not now. It's funny, like, I love all the interruptions in Star Fox Zero, except when you're doing score attack. It's like, leave me alone. Like, I got to shoot some bogeys. You know what I mean?
So just curious,
Yeah, what's up,
regarding the Star Fox games. So obviously the original Star Fox on the, what was it, Super Nintendo?
Yes.
Was kind of the game that obviously solidified the general idea of kind of, you know, flying down corridor, shooting targets, trying to get high scores, etc. 64 kind of iterated on that, bringing it more up to date with the, I guess, sensibilities of the time. Star Fox 2 kind of exists. and is mostly just, from my understanding, an iteration upon.
No, it's actually really different.
Actually,
It is?
very different.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's actually a blend not only of arcade shooter but of an RTS.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know about that.
StarFox Command is also a full-blown RTS where the
That was the
R-Wing
DS
game-
one?
that's the DS one. It almost
Yeah,
takes the R-Wing gameplay almost but not quite takes a backseat to the RTS gameplay. Like it's even more emphasized than the Star Fox 2.
I'm not going to Ocarina this time. I agree,
Adventures
that was
is like a adventure game. Is there any R-Wing stuff in Adventures?
Yes. It's
very little, but yes.
Very underbaked.
Okay.
But that is basically an
then-
adventure game. Yep.
Assault is Kid Icarus Uprising.
Assault is Kid Icarus Uprising before Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yes.
But in all seriousness, that is another traditional Star Fox entry. Yep.
Yeah.
With more
Mind you,
innovations.
is that the first game to feature on-foot gameplay?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
If you don't count the multiplayer unlocks in 64,
There's
but that was very much like a bonus type.
There's also technically Star Fox Adventures if you think of it that way.
Oh well, I actually you're right. Most of that
Yeah.
game's on foot. Sure.
But that's also again a Zelda clone.
Yeah, so it's a very different kind of on-foot gameplay.
Unfortunately, Star Fox Zero does not have on foot gameplay at all.
Unless you count the walk.
It kind of does.
Oh, on chicken foot, I suppose. But
No, they
that's
don't need
okay
vehicles.
because it executes 64 so well. I don't care. But the next game, I would really like to return to Assault.
Assuming there is one.
Uh,
Now imagine all of Zero's quality of life, all of Zero's control options, all of Zero's polish, but a sequel to Assault. That's like peak Star Fox right there. That's what I want to see.
I honestly would be more interested in seeing a sequel to Star Fox Assault for the Switch than I would be with seeing a Kid Icarus Uprising forward.
That's fair. I might even agree with you there.
Not because I think a Kid Icarus Uprising port would be bad, but because I think Kid Icarus Uprising plays perfectly already, and I have no issues with it whatsoever. I know some people get hand cramps and stuff with the aiming controls, but it's just never been a personal issue.
Okay, 238. Not doing too bad. Could be better though.
yeah.
Next mission.
Have you guys ever had any issues with the stylus aiming in Kid Icarus, or no?
Haven't played it, but I did play. What's it called? I did play Metroid Prime Hunters, which has a very similar
yeah?
control scheme.
Very, very similar.
Yeah, but the execution, it's really not
No,
that similar in
I
terms of
do
experience.
understand, but in terms of the wrist positioning and movement, it is, from what I understand at least, pretty comparable. And
Yeah,
that
the
gave
one
me
thing that
cramps.
Icarus does that was better is that it almost works like you're kind of playing with a digital trackball instead of just a cursor.
Exactly. Right.
And so you can kind of do gestures to do broad motions because it carries some of that
Okay.
with each gesture, which means that you don't constantly need to have a finger on the screen to make general adjustments, as well as the fact that the camera does actually focus on behind pit if you don't touch control for a second.
So is it
you can
possible that
actually
people are
have...
playing it like Prime Hunters when they get hand cramps?
It's possible that people
I mean,
are-
if you just don't know how to use your hands comfortably, then I suppose.
Well,
that
I was
maybe
about to say,
happens to
it's
somebody.
definitely possible that people were playing with the stylus on screen basically 100% of the time, which you don't need to. But
Ugh.
also another thing is that with the base 3DS model, it's not huge, and certain people's hands are just, different shapes and sizes. And so it's possible that there was a more comfortable position for them that they could have used, and they just didn't find it. But it's also possible that just the form factor didn't work nicely with them.
And generally, I think the form factor is still the biggest weakness of Kid Icarus Uprising. I think simply adapting it for a twin-stick console like the Switch is perfect. I mean, that could be really
Yeah.
tremendous. With gyro on top of that.
Well, I think another
Would be
big thing
great.
is the 3DS stylus is kind of tiny, and if you have one of the bigger styluses, it's not too big an issue, but that can have a huge impact on how playable the game is for you, is based on what stylus you're using.
I have a Phantom Hourglass stylus from like 2007 that is like full size, like pencil sized.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love
That would
that
probably
thing.
make the game a lot easier to play. Because if you can play the DS Zelda games without issue, Kid Icarus Uprising would probably be even easier to play.
Yeah, the thing with the DS Zeldas though is I don't have to have my left hand gripping it, and then my wrist bent. Because I can just hold it at a relaxed position because the stylus does everything. That's the
I guess
problem.
the only things that you need, I think, for the circle pad and the trigger, basically. I guess you can use the D-pad for abilities as well.
But the fact
I
that
don't
you're
know.
using the circle pad is the big deal, I would think. Also, IKG, what did you get for the first level? Do you remember?
No, it was too long ago. I don't remember.
Okay. Because I just got
I can tell you what I
278.
didn't. I can tell you that I got 87 hits or 82 hits in phase 1 of Area 3, but that's it. All right.
Okay.
They did
It's not
kind
my
of try to
best.
remedy the control issues with a stand that came with the game, but it was kind of crap.
Yeah, it was a nice idea. I think I still have mine, but I didn't
I
really use
definitely
it that
still have
much.
mine. Yeah, I didn't use mine either. I definitely think playing on an XL console also will help a lot.
Oh yeah, it's much better to play on the new 3DS XL, for example.
Yeah. Honestly, the I don't know if the nipple works with uprising, but it probably wouldn't work terribly.
I should test that out actually.
I will
does
say
that
it's kind of a
circle pad
shame
pro
that
support?
uprising didn't have gyro aim.
I don't remember. That's the issue.
I think it might have had Circle Pad Pro support.
If it did, then it should work with the C-Stick on the new 3DS, because I believe you can just use that as Circle Pad Pro.
Yes, you can always map it. Right.
According to a 2012 Eurogamer article, it did.
Falco, just give me a chance. Falco's like, what's taking so long? I'm like, I got some bogeys to do.
Oh, interesting. The Circle Pad Pro technically is there, but it looks like it only is so people with that are left-handed can play.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was the original Circle Pad Pro. That's right. That was the whole idea behind it. It wasn't for twin stick. The new 3DS is when they were like, okay, let's actually do twin stick.
Well, there were
That's
games
right.
that used the Circle Pad Pro for twin stick, but...
I know, but in terms of what it was actually designed for, I keep forgetting that that wasn't actually the idea at first.
That is a really interesting thing.
All right,
I
let's
don't
go.
know if I'd like Circle Pad aiming. I'd have to try it at some point.
I think gyro aiming, from what I played of Zero, would be the logical thing to do.
Yeah, it's
Still
a shame
appall-
that Uprising doesn't have that.
It's still appalling to me that people like gyro aim but don't like Zero's controls. Why? It's the same thing. And no, you don't need to look at the second screen. I don't-
Actually, I
It
wonder
actually
if
bothers
you
me
can
more
map.
that people like Kid Icarus Uprising's controls enough to play it and say it's a great game, but StarFox Zero's more intuitive solution is too much.
Now, I'll be the first to admit that Zero's controls are more comfortable and better than Kid Icarus Uprising. I'll just straight up admit that right now. It's true. It is true.
Like,
And Uprising would benefit from Zero's approach if it
I
were
was about
on
to say, I
console.
wonder if you could bind in an emulator like Citra a stylus thing to like a gyro
I know
thing.
there are options to do stuff like that if you want to get really complicated,
Yeah,
but I also am questioning how effective it would be if, given you said it's not like a cursor, it's like a trackball.
yeah, but it would work fairly accurately as if it counts as like a continuous depression, right? Because it doesn't slide if you have your thing stuck on it. It only slides when it's released.
You would have to have it so it's always pressed and that the cursor's bound to a specific region and that the gyro controls the cursor.
Yeah,
That's basically what it looks like.
that would have to be what it looks like, but I don't know how hard it would be to set that all up.
Also, tapping doesn't shoot, right?
No, tapping doesn't shoot. I don't think tapping does anything. The only thing
Other than
tapping
aim.
can do is... Actually, no, you can tap... Actually, you can tap the bottom screen to activate your abilities, which you slot in using like a kind of Tetris system.
Yes.
And you can also activate those with buttons, though, so it's
Also
not
kind of
really an
like,
issue.
actually, the way you slot it in is more like the Resident Evil 4 inventory. if that
Actually, I
makes
was about
sense.
to say, it is a lot more like an inventory puzzle than anything else.
Yeah. The blocks do look like Tetris blocks, though, because they are kind of like flat, like colors, if I remember.
Yeah, they are flat, hard colors, and a lot of them actually are the same shape as Tetris blocks.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know, it would definitely take a while to set up.
So, chat, do we want to place bets on who's going to have the most points by the end of arcade mode?
Do you want to do a poll?
I think a poll would be fun.
I can't set it up right now.
I can.
I know Friday can.
Okay.
Thank you, Friday.
You're welcome, IKG.
Have you guys set up any polls when I wasn't here? I don't actually know.
Yes. I did a poll on which direction Red should go to Sly when he picked up the key in Luigi's Mansion. And I also did a poll for which Donkey Kong Country song you should sing.
Right?
Okay. Still didn't see that. That's something I'm gonna have to check out. Although
We also had to unban the term banana cream pie from chat in order to discuss the songs correctly.
I was wondering about that. I saw that. I was like, wait, really? Why is that term there? What happened?
Blame Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, that's funny.
I really do like how imposing the Gigarilla is, especially in the cinematic target view. I just wish its AI looked a little smoother, because sometimes it does look a little goofy, but still, I like what they were going for.
It is a large robot gorilla.
Yes.
It is
Very... And it is perfectly on brand for Andros to have something like this. You know?
Okay. Let's see. I'm doing a little below my best scores so far. I would like to be doing better.
IKG or Korean?
I've also been doing a little below my best, but it's okay. Currently forcing the Gigarilla to destroy some stuff for me.
I imagine that cream pie was banned by default. I didn't do that manually.
Yes, it was a auto mod thing.
And I don't think I need to explain that.
I don't think you should. Ooh, he swiped some guys from the air. That was cool.
All right,
You'll
the
see that on
first
stream.
vote in the poll is for IKG.
Thanks, Walt.
People don't believe in me. No, okay.
You are the guy who went to Aqua Rosa for a score.
Yeah, I know, and then I died.
For someone who
People
knows
have reason to
For
believe.
someone who knows StarFox Zero well, I would not expect that. No offense.
I wanted to shake it up.
Is Aqua Rosa, like, hard?
It's a pretty tough boss. People exaggerate it, but
yes, but the real problem is that he chose to go to a boss fight instead of shooting down more enemies. That's the issue. That's the real issue. Forget Aqua Rosa.
it was less about the boss. It was more me considering the alternative route options.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to do a stealth mission now.
But also, a lot of the routes on there, after I thought about it, are actually time-based for score, which doesn't mean much, I think.
I think it's really good that you can still get medals in arcade mode. I'm glad that they didn't just, like, wipe that out.
Yeah,
you know
no.
what I mean? 'Cause I feel like a lot of games would do that, but I'm glad they didn't.
Also, actually, that's something interesting to talk about. If people haven't played StarFox Zero, which statistically, probably they haven't.
Statistically, you haven't. Go on.
But
How many units did the game sell?
less than 1 million by a significant margin.
I think it sold
Yeah,
like
but a lot of games
0.25
sold
million
less than
units or something. It was definitely less than 500,000 for sure.
So
Anyways.
0.25 would be a quarter of a million, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so probably about a quarter of a million. Just don't take that as gospel.
Gospel. Yeah, no. Don't remember the number off the top of my head. I just know it was really, really low.
It was like abysmally
Nintendo.
low. Star Fox Guard sales, especially, are sad.
But,
It makes me
so,
sad, because that game's good.
if you're familiar with StarFox 64, you might know that the game just lets you start up the game, play it, and you do it in one complete sitting, picking your route and going for score. And arcade mode in Zero works the same way, so you might be wondering, if that's the arcade mode, is that not how the game normally works? And the answer is yeah, actually. If you remember the mission mode from Star Fox 64, that's actually kind of how the main game progression works.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to go and just select any level at any time to progress through, as long as you've unlocked the ability to go through its routing.
That's right.
They present that as the main gameplay option, and arcade mode as the challenge option, which I actually think makes a lot more sense for Star Fox.
It does make more sense than how 64 had it set up.
Because, well,
I didn't have an issue with that in 64 per se, but when Zero just reversed it, I
It's
just
like, oh my
felt
god,
like
this
that
makes
made
so
more
much sense, you know? Because when... The thing about the way 64 does it is that if you want to unlock all the levels and experience them, you have to replay the game multiple times, like Shadow the Hedgehog, right? Which isn't that bad, the game's really short and fun. But, in Zero, you can just go back at any time and say, but where is the route in that level? And try it out. And that unlocks the core progression. That's really smart. And it also makes it so that if you want to grind out medals on a level you just tried, there's no punishment for doing so in the main game. Only arcade mode is built that way.
Also, Friday, would you be interested in maybe promoting this current run on the StarFox subreddit? Just kind of a random idea I had, but...
Don't think I have a Reddit account that will let me post on that subreddit without getting auto-modded because of too low comment armor, but I could try.
Oh.
That's the other thing. He has to join the sub and then also get approved.
Yeah.
Which probably would take too long.
Dang it, then I should probably do it. But I'm playing the game!
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it at this point.
Alright. I don't know, I was just thinking, like, how do I reach more StarFox fans? I don't know, where
Also,
the StarFox fans are at.
A completely
Was there a hat
random
in your
thing.
server, IKG?
No.
Is Friday, aren't you a mod there?
No.
Honestly,
No?
you probably should be a mod there at this point.
I don't know. As someone that's officially been kicked from the server, I don't know if moderator privileges is something I ever imagined.
Hey,
getting.
you've come a long way, my friend. Things have changed. For the better.
Not really.
I think so.
Also, sorry, I just want to address this. Walton in chat was just asking about if he should release fanfic he's working on in weekly installments or just generally as they are finished, which is kind of unrelated, but I kind of want to weigh in on because I actually have recently been speaking a little bit about kind of serialized media that has like a kind of regular install base versus kind of just a batch release. And I generally think having a scheduled release is actually really good because what it means is that if you have people that follow you, they can kind of get into a little bit of a habit of like, oh yeah, every week I can tune back in and pick it up as I want. And then also for the people that are interested in just kind of going out of their own pace, they can find out kind of what's around and then, yeah. I don't know. I personally like the weekly release structure, but it's up to you.
Also, I think it... I could be wrong, but I thought it was about promoting it weekly. But... if you're asking about weekly promotion, I did something similar back when my blog was weekly on IKGs. He said that was fine. I don't know if he still feels the same way, but weekly I don't think is, for most people, I don't think weekly is that much of a server bloat thing, you know?
I do actually still feel that way. Yeah, I still think that's fine. Yeah. Kind of funny to go into the direct eye first person view. It's kind of fun. Like, it really feels stealthy. Like, look at my screen in just a second on the stream. Friday, like, doesn't this look really stealthy? Like, look at my... like, it's really cute, but also kind of creepy. Like, da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm basically Jaws in the water. Okay,
I
anyways,
think I'm
enough of that.
remembering one of the reasons I didn't want to do this route.
Why, Zonus?
Zonus.
What? You can still get hits, just slower.
You can. It's really, really slow.
You know, for
And
someone
there
who
are
really
other-
likes
also-
StarFox Zero, he sure is a Zonus hater, am I right?
I don't care for that one gameplay style, and there's only one level in the game that makes me use it. So it's ultimately not a big problem for me, but...
I like it. I think it's very overhated.
Overhated,
Even by this
maybe,
guy.
But,
I might be the only person who likes the gyro wing on planet Earth. You know what? Fine.
you can
Just
be
have
the
it be that
gyro
way.
wing, man. That's okay.
I'll be the gyro wing guy. Somebody build me like a replica model of a gyro wing. I'll put it on my desk.
Like a gyro wing, like, figurine. Keep on your shelf.
That would genuinely make me happy, unironically. So.
Also, Harain, Walton just specified that it was about actually releasing the chapters
Okay,
in general.
I
not
wasn't
just
sure.
promotion.
That's okay.
Yeah, and that's another nice thing, is that if you just release them when they're ready, you can sometimes have a little bit of an awkward schedule. Like, you might release 2 or 3 chapters in a matter of days, and then, which probably won't happen if you don't have full chapters, but, like, let's say you release 2 or 3 chapters in a matter of days, and then, you know, it's going to be a few weeks just because whatever's going on, then that can be a little bit awkward from a consumer perspective. And also, you can kind of, like, schedule hiatuses and stuff, almost like, you know, actual television show.
Also, releasing them as they're made acts as advertising for future ones, rather than expecting the audience to come in when you drop it.
I'm not getting a lot of decalibrations.
Wait, why am I... Oh, what? Your controller... You're saying your gyro is staying smooth?
Staying very smooth.
Oh, hell yeah. My
It's
gyro...
almost like people lose something out of proportion.
Ever since I addressed the issue of my PC bindings of my Pro Controller drifting with gyro, with specifically Semyo, it's been perfect.
Good.
This
Yeah, I've
game
never had an
feels-
issue with Semu. Although you played Semu a lot more than I have.
Yeah, no, there was an issue with Better Joy for Semu when I was using it with Semu where it would drift. I looked into
Oh,
it.
I see what you're doing. You know what? What you're doing actually does make more sense for score attacks. You know what? I think we're even for the Aqua Rosa incident at this point. So what Harane's doing is he's going to the same level, but he's going to be in the R wing, which gives him much
Actually,
more
I won't
control.
I don't think, because I don't think that's how that works. I believe you have to come in a different route to go in as an R-Wing.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You have to use a different portal. That's something
why I
else that
didn't wanna
StarFox
do
Zero
this.
adds to the StarFox mythos is it uses wormholes a lot. And actually makes that a major progression thing in the game.
I'm thinking I should have followed Starwolf on Sector... what was it? Alpha?
Alpha. Personally, I still think more could have been done, but I do like the addition of the wormholes to the structure of the game. What do you think, Harry?
Also,
I think it's a
just wanna
better
mention,
solution for the alternate pathways than what 64 is.
after forgetting the poll was open and leaving it open for 9 minutes, we have a resounding 100% confidence rate in IKG to win. So, Hooray,
Wow.
you
How
better
many
show them
votes?
who's bullets. 1.
Oh.
It's
You know,
still 100%, and that's what matters.
I have a much higher rating than most U.S. presidents. That's great. In fact,
I know,
any
one of
U.S.
one.
president in history. This is amazing.
Clearly, from our completely not remotely faulty measurements, we therefore are suggesting IKG for president.
IKG is my favorite.
Alright.
I'm going to
Oh, one thing I forgot
try
to mention.
to do this a high score and not slowly, but I make no promises. Because this level is slow. Fortunately, my time estimate actually did come from doing this level slowly.
Convenient.
One sec, cat. I'll be there soon.
I was just going to mention, there's something that I always think of whenever we're transitioning between events, and then someone goes, and we're live, or and we're in. I always in my head fill in the iCarly theme song right after that.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
That's perfect.
You know what? Maybe
Ow,
Friday
ow.
will do it. Friday and I'll do it if you give us a sizable donation, like, you know, maybe over $10.
That could be a good goal.
Just a little mini goal here, you know? Just donate over $10, one donation.
Alright, guys. Next donation, $10 or more, and
We'll do
Friday
the
will sing the
iCarly
iCarly theme song.
I gotta.
He's not going to
Pull
be
up
here
those lyrics.
for past this event, though, so...
It's alright, we can do it later if it doesn't happen. I like
So while the
ideas of dono
space
goal, though.
animals are at work, now the time is now. And by that I mean just Fox, because he's the only one in this level. Actually, Cat is also in this level. That is...
You know,
something I
despite
shall
my
not
death,
forget.
we are on the same level. This is also
know.
a slow level, though, so...
Also, I'm intentionally triggering the security alarm to get more hits.
That's interesting.
Isn't it? It's a shame they don't count, though, because I forgot that they don't count. You know what? Good on the developers, though. That way you can't
Not
abuse
making
it
it
like I was
grindable.
trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably for the best.
I don't think score attack games like this should be grindable without at least punishing you for taking a long time. Which this game
Yeah.
doesn't.
Right. Okay, I guess it's only fair it did count. I love StarFox Zero. I really do. And I love the voice acting in this game. It's second behind Assault for me.
I would generally say Assault's my favorite, but as I've mentioned before, this is my favorite Fox.
It's just... It's 64, but it's just so... It strikes the right balance between camp and polish. You know,
Yeah.
it's nice. Whereas 64 is just a little too campy for me sometimes.
I still love 64.
I mean,
but
when
yeah.
I'm in the mood, it's great, but I think I'd rather listen to Zero all the time, if that makes sense. Like, I'd never not be in the mood to listen to Zero's acting.
Maybe Slippy's not such a screw up after all.
Oh my goodness! I just realized I've known like half the lyrics to this song for a long time, but there's one line that I didn't know, and it was "There's no chance unless you take one and the time to see the brighter side of every situation." That's some good wordplay.
Yeah.
Man. It kind of reminds me of how the Common San Diego theme song is unironically like way too clever and has no right to be that smart with some of the puns.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? I don't know, but I do know where in the world Direct Relief is. Direct Relief is supporting people in crisis all across the globe, actually. And 100% of our proceeds go to them. If you think that sounds like something you'd want to support, like, say, the crisis in Ukraine that they are currently aiding in, then donate using the link in the chat or in the description. Any and all donations are appreciated.
Yep. And we have 2 donation goals Friday, if you would like to introduce that to them.
We have 2?
Well, there's the iCarly thing.
Yeah, Carly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, if we hit a $50 in the cumulative donations by the, I guess whenever IKG still around, which aren't you gonna be around for most of the day?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway, sorry, StarFox Improv. Harane and IKG will do StarFox Improv together, and then another impromptu thing that we've held on to as an idea is $10 in the near future until I leave to get my car or bed and then go to sleep because God, I need it. I will sing the iCarly theme song because I was reminded of it every single time we go from intermission to live. Now, more importantly than all of that, can we talk about the fact that the Carmen San Diego theme song acknowledges the existence of Perth? That's a deep geography reference. That's a deep cut in the places that exist reference list.
I have to agree.
Oh, jeez. By the way, how many hits did you get for Zonus?
Don't remember.
Okay.
I really don't care until the end. I'm just trying to play my best. I'm not trying to really keep track. I'm
not either that much, but
I am very much interested in getting as many hits as I can, though. Point for Falco. Said Falco.
This is StarFox. Please respond.
They sunk our battleship. I'm sorry, Bill.
Oh, and actually, interestingly enough, do you know what the first city named in the Carmen San Diego theme song is?
That.
Kiev.
Oh, Kiev. Kiev, that's a great city.
I just thought that was topical.
A very memorable city, in fact, I would say. Oh, sorry, those are... I almost... I was attacking Bill's ships for like 5 seconds straight. I was like, wait, that's not it.
Those don't count for score.
I was like, wait a second, I can't kill my comrades for score. What's going on?
Imagine if your hits went down.
What is it, Dota?
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah,
what is this, Dota?
Dota has the brilliant feature of not just allowing you to CS off enemy minions, but CS off your own friendly minions. So you can last hit your own friendly minions for extra money.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
The very little Dota I've played.
Yeah. It's one of the few interesting examples of kind of, I guess, holdover mechanics from RTS games that Dota has more so than something like League of Legends. With League of Legends streamlined a lot of stuff, Dota tended to
keep its roots more.
yeah, Dota tended to appeal a little bit more to the kind of initial source of the MOBA genre, with its roots in Warcraft as an RTS. Game pace is a little bit slower. There's, I believe you can actually do like troop unit selection with certain characters instead of it just kind of being a general AI controlled thing. In League, you can sometimes kind of do that. There are certain abilities that like make minions track, and there's certain allies that you get direct control over, but it's pretty loose, and it's only on a handful of characters. The real moral of the story here is just don't play League of Legends.
So, how does it feel having 2 of the 3 StarFox Zero fans on planet Earth in this call?
Feels great to not be alone.
I wish
Well,
to
I
get
love
a-
the
Feels
game.
kind of like usual, but slightly more sad.
You know what, though? I love playing this game even by myself.
Good going, little man.
Ah, I thought I cleared it that time.
Let's do my place next time. See ya, Foxy boy.
Still need to decide what route I want to do when I get to Sector Beta.
I will say, I haven't played this game, so I can't definitively say this, but I do love games that have space battles that allow you to go inside the big ships, and it seems like that happens at least somewhat.
Zero does that, and no other Star Fox game really lets you do that, but Zero
It's
lets you
so
do that
cool.
quite a few times.
There's
actually.
a couple of battles.
I think Halo 3's campaign is a few examples, and I think Halo 2 actually as well, of you going in like side of, not ships and stuff in space, but like tanks and other kind of big robots, and it's always fun when you know there's kind of like machinery that would need to be manned that you can actually kind of explore as a space like that.
Yeah.
I think weirdly enough, the later Lego Star Wars games also did that, if I'm not mistaken.
When do you actually go inside enemy ships that would otherwise be like a boss or an enemy or battleship or something in this game, right? Like there's the first boss. If you want to be technical, there's the scripted section in Sector Alpha, but that's not like something you could just go and shoot down, or you know, it's
True.
part of the level more than anything. There is this somewhat scripted but enemy battleship in Sector Beta, where you literally just go inside them and blow them up after they've been shooting at you. Is there anything else? So that's like
Good
3-ish
morning.
instances there.
Good morning, boys.
I love that as
Hang
soon
on.
as you joined, like right before you joined, Taco said, "Is somebody joining us?" And then I hear da-da.
Oh,
That's
that's
great
perfect.
timing.
Nice.
Hey Ron, I'm kicking Harane's butt in Star Fox Zero score attack
He's
right now.
actually just assuming that. It's because I messed up
I
at
am
the start.
assuming, but
To be fair, he did have 1 vote of confidence, and you had 0. So
Yeah, yeah, that is true. He has 100% of the votes of 1 people.
yep,
I
100%.
don't have
hey, in a world
Uh,
that as divided as this one, that's not bad.
100% of people named Prosecutor Walton believe that IKG will beat Harane in the StarFox Zero score attack.
What happens when we tie?
We have to do the whole thing again, but it's Star Fox Assault.
Okay, red. Or red? What? Okay,
Red.
IKG. Gold medals. Let's go.
Fine. Whoever got the most gold medals along the way.
I mean, remind me, have you
Gold
actually
medal.
done all the gold medals? I don't remember.
Not on the save file, no.
Also, welcome to Box.
I more mean at all, but
Oh, at all? Yes, on my Wii U copy I have.
okay. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Assault.
Oh, no, I've technically never gotten them all, actually.
Yeah, because those golds are brutal.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal.
Yeah. I didn't get all the gold medals in this game because my copy was broken.
That's right. Oh yeah, tell the viewers on Friday and everybody about that.
So, for some reason, when I got StarFox Zero on Wii U, there was an issue where, specifically, on Sector Beta, the level IKG's on now, I could only get 4 out of the 5 gold medals. Even though I went and grabbed each of the 5 medals individually across the level multiple times, it only ever displayed me as having 4 of them. And it drove me insane and single-handedly demotivated me from 100% completing the game because I literally couldn't. And I love this game. It was so infuriating. I wanted to get all the golds. Ugh. Fortunately, though, now that I have this, it's no longer a problem. And I will get around to it someday, probably in the near future, honestly.
There you go.
Also, if it wasn't clear enough, yes, we are playing on Semu, as we've alluded to a couple of times and jokingly denied. Wow, thank you, Direct Eye. That was very bad. And honestly, something some people might bring up is, are you using 2 screens? Because this game's supposed to be using 2 screens, and no.
I only use 1.
You absolutely do not need 2 screens to play this game.
Nope.
In other words, what we're saying
I even if you're playing on Wii U, I highly suggest you don't.
Look at the game.
To be completely honest.
If you ever want to use first-person mode, push minus. It will put it on the TV screen. And anytime I want to do that, that's what I do. And I find that easier than moving my eyes, because then I have to refocus.
Yeah, that thing that people are complaining about is valid, but thankfully there's an in-game solution for it. And honestly, even if you're playing on Wii U, don't look at the gamepad. Don't. Change to cockpit view. But again, I only use cockpit view like 15% of the time. My first playthrough, maybe like 30%. I mean, you don't have to be a whiz kid, you know?
The great thing about StarFox Zero is that it's a fantastic game that makes full use of it being on the Wii U by using none of the Wii U's unique features,
Well,
other than gyro.
Yeah.
Gyro
Which
is not
isn't
Wii U.
unique,
That's
because
actually...
the PlayStation have had that for years as well.
Well, the problem is the Wii U doesn't actually have anything unique to it. That's the... I like the Wii U, but the truth is, there isn't actually anything...
What is the gamepad, which Nintendo Land uses?
Well,
I don't think any feature on the gamepad is unique, though.
What's the fact it's a smaller screen that you can obscure from other players?
We should limit this to the perspective of a Nintendo console, because there are plenty of Nintendo consoles out there, but at the time, that did or didn't have some of these features. But on top of that, we should also consider that some of these are just things that the contemporary consoles also didn't do, right? And the number one thing that comes out to me as no other Nintendo system at the time, or contemporary console at the time, had built in was actually NFC.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Is that it? Is it just
By the way,
NFC?
no Wii U hate. I love the Wii U, actually, unironically. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that these things weren't done before. I guess maybe they weren't amalgamated into one place quite like that before. I think that's pretty cool about the gamepad, actually. The fact that you can have gyro, touch...
It's also the only home console
all that
with
together.
full gyro, touchscreen, microphone, and camera.
And camera. Right.
Especially, namely, at the time it came out.
That's true.
Yeah, the PS4 released a few years later with some
That's
of
why the
those,
gamepad was also so expensive, you know?
And while there was comparable gyro on PlayStation ever since the PS3,
Yeah.
Nintendo's own gyro only actually got comparable with the Wii Motion Plus, which still actually is less capable than the gamepad's motion, but also, if you've ever used one, definitely feels very different to use.
Yeah.
Pretty
However,
nervous about dying, actually.
the 3DS's gyro is pretty similar. Also, I got my new best score for this level so far.
Oh, good for you.
Actually, I would be interested in testing out
I'm
my
taking it slow,
Pro
though.
controller versus PS4 controller and seeing which one feels better with gyro.
From what I understand, the Pro Controller and PS4 controller have nearly identical gyro. From literally just Narel's opinion, having used them, the Pro Controller is just statistically been a little more responsive for him. But that also could come down to just his controller.
Yeah, it could.
They should be pretty much the same, though.
I would imagine so. I wonder what is the Joy-Con significantly different?
No, the Joy-Con is pretty much the same as what the Pro Controller does, except there's 2 of them.
True, there are 2 of them. Unless you like drop one down like the side of your couch and then never remember to look.
Then there's one.
I'm done with that level.
Bravo.
I gotta say, my Fortuna run started really rocky, but it got better near the end. So I'm happy, overall.
Did I go to Fortuna?
I decided to.
Which
I don't know.
path leads to Fortuna again?
I can't tell you, that'd be cheating.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I actually just don't necessarily want to take the same path as you. That's
Then you don't have to.
Oh, actually, if I just saw the full map, then I could know, but they don't do that in this mode.
I don't know, I think we're just making it matter.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go to Titania. I'm gonna let Peppy get shot down.
Thought about it, and then I was like, nah, I want to go to Fortuna.
Because the score is almost identical between that and both routes for Sector Beta. And I can also do the barrel roll level.
True.
That's like the thing that they say.
Oh, do you know about the barrel roll level?
Oh, do you know about this level, actually? Like,
I know
really?
like 0 about StarFox.
Okay,
You know, I'm not gonna say. It's
Okay,
very
just,
amusing.
Just listen to the stream audio.
I'm not there yet. I'll tell you, but
Okay, yeah. I got excited.
that is a very amusing thing they decided to do.
Also, the Fortuna dialogue in this game is absolutely incredible. Slippy, don't make me come over there.
So, you know what's actually one of the interesting balances of this game's score attack system? We mentioned being able to kill enemies twice, but what we didn't mention is that just like other StarFox games, you get bonuses for killing groups of enemies at once. Here's the thing, though. It is far easier to kill an enemy after they've been shot down if you're just rapid-firing your laser and not charging, but then you're ignoring your ability to get group bonuses. So if you want to get the group bonus and the second kill, you have to be fast.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do both.
I will say one thing about the Wii U that's it's hard to put an exact finger on, but one thing I've noticed, especially about first-party Nintendo titles for the Wii U, is that they have a very, I don't say consistent, but there is a certain kind of similarity in their look that they have.
Yep, they're very clean. They're very. I keep wanting to say a synonym for clean, and I'm trying to stop myself. But, like, they have this
they're
thing.
usually quite clean. The colors aren't necessarily vibrant, but they're like
They have usually
pronounced?
a bright, but kind of pastel-ish color scheme. Not all of them, but they fall into a more similarly bright and not quite
Ooh.
oversaturated.
Friday, check out
Yeah.
this final kill on the boss I got.
Oh,
Just a
I'm
sec.
watching.
Watch this.
Oh, that was cool.
Yay!
Good
Anyways,
stuff.
sorry.
But yeah, they definitely have a very, as you said, it's the colors are usually bright. The colors are usually fairly strong. They're not hyper saturated, but they're pretty, I don't know, vibrant.
Yep. And the thing about Wii U games is because the Wii U was their first HD system and was generally capable-ish for its time graphically, but not nearly enough to do a ton of the advanced things that other consoles were doing at the time. They just played around with very traditional... They played around with a lot of very traditional techniques, but...
I will say the
scaled
lighting
off.
in the Wii U games tends to be quite good.
Yes, but it's not very, like, dynamic lighting.
No. But it makes very good use of a lot of the kind of lighting techniques that made games like Fear look so good.
That's
Which is
part of what I
making
mean
sure
by
that your
it.
shadows and stuff are all nicely pre-baked whenever they can, and kind of filling in the gaps with dynamic stuff to give the impression that more of it is movable and dynamic than it really is.
Well, yeah, what I was saying with that is that they use a lot of just more traditional techniques, polished the heck up instead of relying on the techniques they can't use, like material rendering. So
Yeah.
you have that's part of why the games look really clean. With the Switch, it's more modern architecture and also more just generally a capable system. So they do those things a lot more, which is why you'll see Switch games like Smash Ultimate where they have a lot of just really interesting material type reflections and rendering. And you don't get that in Wii U. Everything tends to look like it has this very specific singular material sheen to it.
Yeah, Smash 4 to Smash Ultimate's a good comparison, actually.
I will say one issue, at least I've had with the Switch visually, is that everything kind of feels a bit Vaseline smeared because I'm playing it on a PC monitor. And then if I go into handheld, it doesn't look bad, but you can very, very clearly tell it's not a super high resolution screen.
Yeah, I would not recommend playing a Switch game on a monitor.
And so it either kind of looks crunchy or smeared, and it's not nice to have that binary.
I think Switch tends to look nice on a TV, but when you're up close with a monitor, no, it tends to look not the best.
Yeah.
As I said, it looks smudgy.
It'll look better on a TV.
Yeah. And admittedly, with the Wii U, you can't really comfortably play it on a PC monitor because you kind of want the space to be able to move around the gamepad and stuff because a lot of games use that. And then also, I have a lot more experience on a Semi than I do on original hardware, at least when it comes to playing games at my basic setup here. So I usually upscale the game at least to 1080.
Well, yeah. And it's worth noting that a lot of Wii U games did only run at 720. Resolutions above 720 are far more common on the Switch. Still not universal, but far more common.
No. I will say one thing though, and that is having a 720 resolution doesn't necessarily lead to the, as I said, almost Vaseline smeared look that I've had in certain Switch games, which might just be a particular issue with the way they're doing graphics, because I haven't had that issue with every Switch game, but...
I think that with a lot of Switch games, they prioritize how it looks in handheld mode, and then assume that for TV mode you'll be playing on a TV. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue, which I think is fair enough.
I will say
what
Smash Ultimate looks very crisp, but
yeah.
it's kind of funny because I would argue that Smash Ultimate visually is quite reminiscent of a lot of the stuff the Wii U did.
Except Smash Ultimate, when you actually really look, like, there's a lot of lighting things and rendering techniques the Wii U just can't do there.
Oh, I know, but I mean, in terms of kind of like the general vibe of the look, it definitely wouldn't be out of place in the Wii U library.
In art style?
Yeah.
I can understand what you mean from a color palette perspective, but
let's just put it this way: it definitely seems like a kind of if you took a Wii U game and put it in a real nice suit, that's what it would look like.
Fair enough. Mr. Bond.
okay, I'm going to ignore Wolf and go farming the small fry, because I can't kill Wolf if I want to get Peppy, right?
Indeed.
So, yeah, it's literally not worth fighting him at all. It's better to just go shooting the little enemies flying around to get my points compensated for.
Okay, I think I'm gonna leave right now because I've got 10 minutes before I need to actually leave, and then I'm just gonna go to bed when I get home. So
Looks like iCarly's not happening, but that's at least not.
we can
at
do
all
it later.
now.
It'll be
But
fun.
That's okay.
Yeah, we can do it later. Yeah.
We still
At
have
the-
the
at the
goal
very
for
least.
the StarFox
Yeah.
improv, guys.
Exactly.
All right. See you Friday.
I'll see you guys later. I'll be back and ready for Cold Fear definitely, and maybe before then, depending on how my sleep goes. Okay, ta-ta.
Yeah.
All right, Ron, commentate.
Comments.
Comments.
Comment.
Commentary.
Yes.
Words.
Look, I'm sorry, Bill. I can't tell the difference between your guys and the enemies sometimes.
Alright. Again, I'm just got out of bed. Right on to here.
Okay, we're going to Titania.
Hey,
By the way-
I tried to brute force it and I died, so should not do
Ooh.
that. Lol.
Careful about dying again. You know what that
I
would
know.
do.
Pepe's location.
If
I
I-
too.
If I play
Oh, Friday left
Star
before I
Fox-
could see the... Oh,
if I-
no.
Guys, if I end up playing StarFox Zero, do you have like a specific preference for the Wii U version or Semu?
Semi plays better, and you're not really...
I mean,
missing
Semi
anything.
will just play better because it runs better if your computer can handle it.
If you
but-
have it on Wii U, you can experiment with the gamepad to see if you like that, but I don't find it very necessary.
Alright. Just curious.
I like playing with the Switch Pro controller personally,
Oh, I prefer playing with the Switch Pro to the gamepad.
but the gamepad's fine. It's just simply bigger. That's all.
Also, Semu doesn't have frame drops.
Yeah.
The Wii U version does.
And I'm playing at 2K 60 FPS. Not that you guys can tell on stream, but it looks great. Thanks, Lippy.
Also, a note on the double kill thing, for people who are wondering. It only applies to flying enemies, because the other enemies that are mounted or on the ground blow up instantly.
Correct. So flying enemies can actually have more potential.
Because
for
they only
points.
blow up when they crash. And if you can shoot them before they crash, then, well, there you go.
Even in space, it'll still work.
Also, by the way, Ikaji, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but it's a detail I noticed and it kind of helped me, and I also thought was a little funnily counterintuitive. Have you ever been confused when playing, say, the Katina mission in 64? About who's the enemies and who's the allies?
A little bit.
So, one of the easiest things I've noticed is actually that your allies, I believe, have red exhaust, and the enemies have green.
Oh. Huh.
Which was a little backwards to me, because at first I was like, red exhaust, that's the enemy, right? Wait, no, that's not. Red's not the enemy, green is. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you look at the color of the exhaust, you can get a pretty good read from a distance of who the actual targets are.
Good
I
to know.
believe that applies to Zero, but I don't remember.
It does look beautiful.
Titania is also a beautiful level. I
Good.
love what they did
Same.
with Titania.
I'm just saying based on everything I'm looking at right now.
Oh, I know. I'm on Titania, and ooh.
Done.
Like everything I've seen of this game, it looks like something I enjoy. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, you'll love it, I think.
Honestly, this game addresses almost every problem you have with StarFox 64.
I believe it.
By the way, we should talk about donations.
Hey, Ron, you haven't done it yet. Do you want to introduce what we're doing? If you need reference material, I did post some before we started.
Well, I mean, I know it. I just don't know. But
Well, that's why I asked if you want to do it.
I just don't know like the what exactly.
All right,
like,
Harain, why don't you
guys
do it?
Sure,
Want me
we'll
to
do it
say?
again.
Interestingly enough.
We are Direct Relief. We are a charity marathon that is dedicated to raising funds. Or wait, we're not Direct Relief. Oh, wow. I didn't word that. We are dawn of a new day, and we're a charity marathon raising money for direct relief. And we are going to be going on for 72 hours, although we are getting close to the 24 hours remaining mark, actually.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Direct Relief, if you aren't aware, is an organization that helps people in times of crisis across the globe. They are currently very involved in the Ukrainian crisis, but are also plenty involved elsewhere. So, if that sounds like something you'd like to support, then consider supporting by using the donation link in the description.
Got a lot of bonus aerial hits on that group.
We also
I did the
currently
thing
have
where
a,
I killed the group, but yeah. Anyways, go on.
No, sorry. We currently have a donation goal where if we get another $50 of thereabouts, we will be doing StarFox Improv.
Did somebody sing Snake Eater yet?
No,
Did that goal just not happen?
it didn't get reached. And
Not
by the
yet,
t-
at least.
It didn't get reached, and
Okay.
you guys weren't in call, so we changed it to a different goal. That's still on the
Sorry
table.
about that.
No, it's fine.
We could bring it back.
No, you can bring it back
Okay, we'll bring
anytime.
it back.
I'm just saying that at the moment it wasn't feasible.
Yep.
Yeah. I just kind of decided I needed a break yesterday. Actually did some more practicing for...
Well, it was
now.
literally outside of your and IKG's schedules when we didn't make it. That
Oh, yeah.
wasn't like your fault.
So I decided to just practice X4.
Oh, did you get clarity from him about X4?
I haven't checked my DMs, but I
Alec?
need to know.
Oh.
Why? What was the
Alec was
problem?
supposed to be here for this event, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, no. That was... I was wondering what was up.
Something came up. I don't want to talk too much about Alec's personal life on stream, because it's not exactly other people's business, but he's not here right now, and I'm trying to find out if he's going to be here in time for X4. Because that's kind of a big deal. We can't just do what we were going to do with X4 without him, unlike this.
Yeah, that would... suck for all of my practicing to not to like be wasted. Not that again, this is Alec. I'm not that concerned about losing, but I still
just
spent a
being
lot
able
of
to do it.
time.
No.
Yeah,
I
I still
understand.
spent a lot of time doing this.
Also, I haven't addressed this whole time. Yes, I am playing as Peppy in this level, and yes, he says barrel roll every time you barrel roll. And I find that, for one, to be kind of
Yeah.
hilarious.
He said the thing.
I love the mental image of just Peppy literally sitting there in his ship the whole time, just shouting barrel roll constantly to himself.
I wish you could cut to the cockpit like in Star Wars and just see him like doing that in his seat, you know? That'd be great.
Does he get like a head rush when he barrel rolls, and it's like, now it's a thrill thing for him?
What a thrill. Oh wait, donation's not there.
When are we playing Mario Party?
After this.
Well, I know, but like what time? Are we still doing
it's
that?
scheduled
We
for
started
15
a bit late, so...
It's scheduled for 15 to 30 minutes from now, I forget exactly, but...
I thought it was scheduled for like 11.
Oh no, it's scheduled for now, I'm sorry, yeah.
My bad.
Mario Party can be moved. Also, we need Box for that, and he's not even... Okay.
He's here.
He is? Is he in call?
I'm here.
Oh!
Yeah, he is.
I didn't
You gotta
hear
make
him
your
jo-
presence known, man.
I didn't hear you join the
How
call.
would we
I'm
know?
in streamer mode, man.
How
no,
would we
I've
know?
been here. I just was listening to y'all because I didn't want to interrupt.
I'm
you.
sorry. I just assumed
Alright.
you weren't
No,
here
you're
because I
good.
didn't know.
Okay.
Welcome, Box.
Welcome, welcome.
We can lower the turn count with Mario Party to make it fit. It's fine. It's just...
So what, is it gonna be like
Or-
20 turns or something?
we had actually a somewhat meaty block, but I could actually... You know, I'm gonna go see if Alec responded.
Go for it.
He has not. So... I'm gonna double check the schedule for a moment. Is Mega Man X6 what's after Mario Party?
X6.
Or not X6.
That'd be an entertaining.
I was
dream.
combining Mega Man 6 and X4.
This just in, we're actually gonna do Mega Man X6. Oh god,
Okay,
don't even
no,
joke about that.
GoldenEye's what's after this, but what if we
We're
did some
not
swapping
allowed to
around?
complain.
How about this? If by the end of StarFox Zero, he's not back, we might have to cancel the X4 race, and I don't want to do that. But what we
That means Alec would have played nothing this entire time.
I
Oh
know,
my
and I
God,
don't want to
Alec.
do that.
All
But
right, we shouldn't talk about this on the stream, but
I know, but we need to decide this because it would be.
we
I'll
do need to
DM him,
decide though.
actually.
So,
And what I was going to pitch something.
okay.
I'll
What we
reach
would
him.
do.
Oh, this just in. You win.
Oh,
I have to forfeit. I
What?
game overed on Gigarilla, unfortunately, by a lone missile.
oh man.
That's a wrap on the StarFox Zero competitive.
I'm
Sorry.
Should
I really didn't try to do that.
Should I keep playing to the end and see what score I get, or should we just?
Say we move on.
That's fair. We are overtime.
But my score and my time, 1 hour and 1 second, with 1,753 hits.
I do want to ask one thing though, if we're going to move on, IKG.
Sure.
We do this again in the near future.
I'd love to do
This
it with
isn't
you.
over.
I'd love to do it again,
This
but
is.
I don't know.
This
Whenever
is
we can.
So not settled.
Hey, fine, it's not settled.
But
But yeah, a lone missile. So that's it.
I guess I technically win. Wow.
You win.
You know what though? I had so much fun
Asterisk.
playing this game. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I had a great time too, even though I just died a very stupid death.
Oh man.
Well, that was StarFox Zero.
We're gonna go to intermission, and
Like, I love how it just ends so abruptly, but I don't know what else to do.
we're gonna go to intermission and figure out what we're going to be doing, guys.
We'll be back soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back very soon.
Yeah.